between, so it's like kind of either or.
Horse stepped on the wheel a few years ago. She had to have surgery on the inside of her liver so it got infected, and she got it done.
Are you like starting right away, or should you kill time?
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go live right now.
Going live. Go live on Google behind me.
On the side.
Are you live?
No, not yet.
Go live.
Paul's live.
We're live.
Hi guys.
Live.
Did you show everybody that we're at Google today?
Of course I did. I
Live
had
from
to.
New
I had
York
to set
City.
the frame, of course.
Oh, we should have done the Saturday Night Live.
It's Friday night. Oh, no, it's Friday. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It is Friday. I'm so happy about that. By
All right,
the way.
guys, share the video as you're joining. What's up, Nick? What's up, Justin? So share the video.
Hi everyone. We're at Google in New York City today, and I am joined with two of some of our best resources at PreRoll, Candace as well as Philip, and they're part of the Google team here in New York City. So before we get into kind of the content and hard facts, we'd like to talk about a strategy this week. But first, tell everybody what being a Google partner means and PreRoll as a premier Google partner.
Sure. So what that means is, first and foremost, you get access to awesome people like myself and Philip. I'm an agency development manager here. It means I work with premier partner agencies like PreRoll who have proven to us that they do a good job, that they can retain their clients, and lots of other criteria that we use to determine who's a premier partner. And they actually get to work with us on bringing in their new business, maintaining the accounts that they have, getting early access to different things that we have available, and lots of other benefits.
So why don't you share with us one beta program that's new, that's really cool?
Who
and exciting?
told him the agenda before we started the
Okay,
video?
I guess.
Because
Well,
he's not even in it, and he's stealing my thunder, guys.
well, I guess what then? If
Did he
everybody.
flip the camera? Can you guys give me a heads up if he flipped the camera?
Okay, and as soon as they share the video, then we know that. But I'm waiting for people to share. So there you go.
So, Philip, what are some of the advantages for our agency as being a premier partner?
Yeah, like Candace mentioned, this is a really exclusive program. It's only like about 3 years old in total. There's around 2,000 agencies globally that are under this classification. And you get access to a lot of betas. We'll help you implement those changes in your accounts and work with your team to really get educated on the latest and greatest, as well as all the data that Google sits on. You have access to these resources, consumer behavior trends, market trends, verticalized trends, everything you would need to know to create a compelling presentation or pitch. We're here for you.
So there's two things that I think are really great opportunities that are presented to us aside from being able to work with the team members at Google. The first is the plethora of data that we now sit on. As an agency, we've increased our knowledge on multiple different touch points by being able to have access to the research that the Google team has conducted themselves. In addition to that, that means they're understanding all of the new technology that's emerging and allowing us as a premier partner agency to work in those beta programs. So every week we talk about the different opportunities and campaigns that may be coming out of beta that those of you that don't work with a premier agency can utilize. But maybe we can talk about one of the betas that currently some of our clients are rolled into. What do you think?
Yeah, I think one that we've started working with PreRoll on specifically with some of their key accounts is the new click-to-message beta. You may have seen it on the blog, you may have seen it on Think with Google, you may have heard some people talking about it in the press. That's a really cool new feature. I'll let Philip tell you a little bit more about it because he's actually been the one implementing it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's one of my favorite extensions. Basically allows you to interact with your consumers via text. And so far we've done a lot of things to engage with the consumers via phone, via leads, via videos, but text messaging is one of the things that we haven't been able to crack yet. So the click-to-message extension essentially allows you to add an icon on your ad that looks like a messaging app, and when you click on it, it opens up your default SMS text messaging app on your phone, and it allows you to have a conversation with your customer and continue that conversation online or offline, but really it's a very engaging format to interact with them.
So one thing that we talked about with our clients was being able to add schedule that and being able to utilize it during or after business hours. So one thing I think is really great is if you're a company that's available 24/7 for your clients, you may not want them to call you at 9 o'clock on a Friday night, but you're more than happy to text with them and fulfill a need that they may have or book an appointment. So that's an additional strategy you could use aside from just including in your day-to-day campaign that you build out.
It's actually pretty simple to use too. Some of our really small clients have a phone that they use, and they get those text messages and they talk to prospects or customers directly. Other more sophisticated advertisers actually integrate it into their CRM program. They integrate it into whatever their live chat functionality is, and whoever they have on hand answering chats will also answer the text messages the same way. So you can do it really simply, you can do it really in a sophisticated way. You can also give options as well, which is something that we're still testing out, where it'll show a person ask us a question or fill out a lead form. Maybe that's the two options. Or do you want to quote, or do you want to ask us a question, something like that. You can give people options, and the option they choose determines the message that they get when it opens up the SMS ad. So there's lots of different ways that you can use it. Really, really great for lead gen, really, really great for having on-the-spot conversations with your prospects. And I'm excited to see what kind of performance we get out of testing it on these key accounts.
And like anything else, it comes with the analytics. So you're able to see how many people engaged and how many people are starting that initial clicking on the opportunity to text with your business. So you can see how much extra traffic, what kind of conversions you're getting off of that specifically. So it's a really great tool to use to look at implementing for your business to extend that conversation. So now you're not restricted to the platform on your website to support you with that. Now, with conjunction, PoChats and Google are able to support you in having that extra conversation with your clients. But before we go, and I know I may be throwing this out at you guys, we haven't talked about talking about this, but we're talking about how we can use video pre-roll, how we can really extend your advertising dollars away from traditional media. I know a lot of you guys through the holidays are saying, how can I build awareness? How can I hit those end of year sales numbers? But so what about utilizing video pre-roll? There's something called Bumper. Do you guys want to tell our audience what that is?
Sure. Bumper is actually something that just rolled out of beta not too long ago. So we had a select few clients who were testing it. It's basically just a 6-second video. You can't skip it. That's the really key piece of our TrueView format, that you can skip after 5 seconds. This particular format, it's non-skippable, it's purchased on CPM, and it's really a fantastic branding tool if you have a clear, concise message. You have those 5-6 seconds to really say, this is who we are as a brand, this is the key message that we want you to know. And what's really great about that, you can target whoever you want to target. I recommend doing it a little bit more broadly, but you can then take everyone who saw that bumper ad and remarket them with a more longer form TrueView video, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, with really more robust messaging. You can remarket to people who actually watched your bumper ad, then you know that you are hitting them on multiple occasions with your extended message, and build a fully fleshed out funnel of branding activity.
So, okay, so let's say that again, because I think that strategy is one you should try implementing for your business. And I think it's not only really successful, but it reinforces that touch point marketing message. So what Candace is saying is use your bumper ad that's that 6-second ad, target your interest audience, so target whomever you're looking to acquire for your business, but then retarget.
Yep.
So why would we want to retarget? Maybe say it again to our audience.
Sure. So you know from being a consumer that if you see a brand multiple times, you're more likely to remember it. And I think what's really important about being part of the consideration set is someone that you only interact with one time and they haven't really stuck with you aren't going to be part of your consideration set when you're ready to make a decision about whatever purchase or service or whatever you're trying to do. So this allows you to build out your brand message in a way that's just a quick teaser. Here's who we are. This is why we're important. Stay tuned for more. You can then move into your longer form key message. What is your value proposition? Why should people choose you? What makes you different? And then you can actually go back to your bumper ad after a little while, do another version of it that maybe stresses some urgency and says, here's a promotion, or here's a sale, or whatever it is that will get a person to actually make a decision. And you can build a really cohesive brand strategy that way.
And so with that, you can use it to build an audience and then continue that conversation with that audience and encourage them to repurchase. So that's one of the biggest things with a lot of businesses, is getting that frequency of purchase, or that lifetime customer. So continually having that engagement with them. So by using a strategy like this, you can continue to customize that message to re-engage them, whether you're a dealership and it's for a sale, and then re-engage them for service, or you're a product-based business and you're looking for them to repurchase after that initial engagement with your business, whether it's for the same product or that suite of products that you sell. So, anything we didn't talk about that we think everybody needs to know?
Remarketing in general. We talked about video remarketing, but it's really key to use the full gambit of remarketing products that are available. Do it for video, do it for display, do it for search. People are twice as likely to convert if they've actually interacted with your brand before. So that would be my lasting message. Make sure you're using the full suite of remarketing products.
So for our audience that doesn't understand remarketing for search, do you want to give them a little bit of what they're missing?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, remarketing list for search ads, we call it RLSA, is our search adaptation of what we've traditionally been doing on display. Anybody who goes to your site is cookied. They're in an audience pool that we can serve ads to again. So when you bring it back onto search, it's someone who's been to your site, then goes to google.com and is searching once again for one of your keywords or competitor keywords or any strategic keywords that you want to be bidding on. And you can serve them ads with tailored ad messaging, tailored creatives. It's a great opportunity to re-engage, like you guys mentioned.
And you can edit your extension, so you can cater them to somebody who may have expressed an interest in your product, left your website. Use that extension to drive them to convert. So for example, a message extension. If you guys want, there is a hard facts video pre-recorded on our website that you can check out that talks more specifically about remarketing for search. But that is this week's hard facts. Hope you have a great weekend.
Well, you guys didn't even give anybody any chance to ask any questions either.
I'm so used to normal hard facts. There's nobody there except for Dan creeping. Are there questions?
Well, we're live today.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, this is live?
This is
Oh.
live.
See, you did so good we didn't even have to tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
Surprise. Do we have
There-
questions?
So guys, if you've got questions, we definitely want to hear them. Since I didn't give it a chance, I tried to talk, but Samantha shut me down, didn't she, Candace?
This is my
She
show.
did.
You have think tank.
Well, I was just trying to help. Sheesh. So if you guys have questions, ask them now. You know, one thing that I think would be, one thing that excites me, is what about the Gmail formats or the Gmail forms?
Lead ads?
Yeah,
Through the
they're
lead.
custom HTML, so that's something that is still in beta, and you have to work with a premier Google partner like Portraits to get it.
Can we
access
talk
to
about it, or we need to be hush hush about it?
Not hush hush about it. It's a custom HTML format. You have to build it out, but essentially we give you the ability to embed a form or even click to call functionality into a Gmail ad. You can already do things like different promotions. You can do video. It's
Video,
a really
graphics,
engaging
like
format.
product
Well, tell everybody where
listings.
this is at, because when I say Gmail ads, a lot of times when I'm talking about, people don't really understand what I'm saying with Gmail ads
Sure.
in itself. At the very,
Look at your phone.
There you
It's on that promotion tab. You'll see little ads at the very top. We call those teaser ads. It's got a logo. It's got a message to grab your attention. You click that ad. 100% share of voice takes up the entire app, whether it's on your desktop or on your mobile phone. It's 100% share of voice within Gmail, and you have that whole area to get your message across, whether it be video, graphics, text, and what we're talking about today, this beta format, where you can actually embed your lead form, and that information your web dev guys will figure out where you want the information to go, but essentially you submit it right through that form and it collects wherever.
And when you're running one, the one thing I would say, and the one reason I love it, is because especially if you combine it with the opportunity to generate a lead from it, I can target URLs. So I can target competitor URLs. So if I'm a business that, think about if you're starting out your business, you're really looking to find out who your competitors are and try and grab their customers for yourself. So I can target their specific URL. So if I have somebody who has gotten an email from them, who has been to their website, different things like that, I can now show them my Gmail ad as an opportunity to drive business for my business. So that's a really great opportunity that extends the targeting options for a Gmail ad specifically.
And here's an example to kind of drive that point home. I am trying to purchase a dining room set. So I'm trying to get discounts from Wayfair as an example brand. So I signed up, I subscribed to get access to a promotion code from Wayfair. I now have Wayfair emails in my inbox. So if I'm Amazon or Overstock or any other competitor furniture provider, then you can just target wayfair.com as a keyword and show your ad to anyone who has ever received an email from them.
And
It's
increase
really
your
easy.
call to action, heighten call to action in that ad copy. So if she's specifically looking for discounts, talking about a discount, a holiday sale, something like that is going to drive you to fulfill an action because that's what's important to you. They may have a comparable product, just may not have thought to shop them.
Exactly.
so here's two things about the Gmail ads that I'm hearing. The first thing is, so many business owners think that the entire goal is to get traffic over to their website, but now you guys are given an opportunity to generate leads off of your website. You're generating a lead from the platform that they're in without having to get a click over to your website. So
Sure.
you're engaging them where they're at and where they're most comfortable.
So I think a big thing with that is not taking a user off of the platform they're choosing to engage with, because if you're in the promotions tab, it's like anything else. There's a lot of other platforms, the social media platforms you engage with, think of it that way. You want to keep them where they're comfortable and keep them where they're engaging, because especially a Gmail ad, for example, they were going to check their inbox. There was likely something they were looking for. Maybe they're in a store and they're shopping. So they're not necessarily going to want to come to your website and take a look at your inventory and see if that dining room table is there right then. But you may be more opportune, to want to fill out a lead form to subscribe to, in your example, maybe an overstock email promotion. And so then that way you're filling out a lead ad and now you're part of that conversation. And then you get an email from overstock into your full inbox, you drive and you click over to the website when it's ready for you.
Yep.
Another thing in Gmail ads is you can save it, so you can pin it, so that way, for example, when you go back to your inbox, if you found it important to begin with, you can find it again. That's actually one of the analytics you look at when you're seeing what the performance metrics are of a Gmail ad, which is different than some of the other ad platforms available.
And two quick things. It's now actually also available on the social tab. So 2 out of the 4
Yes.
tabs within Gmail are eligible to serve Gmail ads. And not only can you save it for later, but you can also forward it to a friend. So that's another like free interaction, free engagement metric you should track.
Definitely.
And then the next point that we need to drive home on this, which you guys did, but I want to make sure everybody knows, is you have the opportunity to target your competitors, even though that person's never expressed interest in you, so you can go after them just based on that interest. So it
Exactly.
gets you on the shopping list.
Exactly.
It does get you on the shopping list, and you can actually serve them creative that will show what is your value proposition as compared to whoever that competitor might be. And that's something that we've seen work really, really well. If you're going to target your competitors, don't just show them a generic ad. Show them something that says, this is why you should choose us over the person you were already considering. Again, it's all part of getting yourself into that consideration set so that when they're ready to make a decision, you're top of mind.
And you have that content. I think that's a big point that you make, is have the content that's going to speak to what you're saying. So don't just say, here's my info. If you're directly comparing yourself to a competitor, you want to make sure that your proposition is outshining theirs.
Yep.
I'll give you an example. So many times you compare a product, you have a comparison ad, you drive them over to your website and you're only talking about your product. Or you're driving people to your website and that's a landing page that's easily accessible, so then you're educating people about your competitor's product. So this is a really tight way to make sure that customers see that comparison, but only for people who should. And I think that's really important, is making sure that you're targeting the correct people with the correct message. And I think that comes down to really any type of advertising you're doing, whether it be on Google or not, but any of the Google campaigns that we can run for you.
Agreed.
Excellent.
So,
Thank you, guys.
all right, thanks everybody. Have a good weekend.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.